I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. It is definitely true that the fundamental enabling technology for electric cars is lithium-ion as a cell chemistry technology. In the absence of that, I don't think it's possible to make an electric car that is competitive with a gasoline car. Life is too short for long-term grudges. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. If you think back to the beginning of cell phones, laptops, or really any new technology, it's always expensive. I've actually made a prediction that within 30 years, a majority of new cars made in the United States will be electric. And I don't mean hybrid, I mean fully electric. We're running the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere can handle before there is an environmental catastrophe. There's a silly notion that failure's not an option at NASA. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. If you don't have sustainable energy, you have unsustainable energy. The fundamental value of a company like Tesla is the degree to which it accelerates the advent of sustainable energy faster than it would otherwise occur. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. Tesla is here to stay and keep fighting for the electric car revolution. I'm a Silicon Valley guy. I just think people from Silicon Valley can do anything. Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. Trying to read our DNA is like trying to understand software code, with only 90% of the code riddled with errors. It's very difficult in that case to understand and predict what that software code is going to do. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. Winning Motor Trend Car of the Year is probably the closest thing to winning the Oscar or Emmy of the car industry. In order for us to have a future that's exciting and inspiring, it has to be one where we're a space-bearing civilization. Self-driving cars are the natural extension of active safety, and obviously something we should do. I tend to approach things from a physics framework, and physics teaches you to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. Physics is really figuring out how to discover new things that are counterintuitive, like quantum mechanics. It's really counterintuitive. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. America is the spirit of human exploration distilled. The goal of Tesla is to accelerate sustainable energy. So we're going to take a step back and think about what's most likely to achieve that goal. Land on Mars, a round-trip ticket, $500,000. It can be done. What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. If you want to grow a giant redwood, you need to make sure the seeds are okay, nurture the sapling, and work out what might potentially stop it from growing all the way along. Anything that breaks it at any point stops that growth. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. I care very deeply about the people at Tesla. I feel like I have a great debt to the people of Tesla who are making the company successful.